Hello everyone, and welcome to my Sister Wives Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. For over a decade, Sister Wives fans have witnessed the gradual collapse of what was once portrayed as a cohesive poly family. From angry outbursts to heartbreaking separations, Kody Brown, once the confident patriarch of a large family, has watched his empire crumble piece by piece. But as the dust settles on the dissolution of his relationships with Meri, Christine, and Janelle, one question remains: why does Kody Brown continue the conflict? Why, despite the breakups, heartbreak, tears, and therapy sessions, does Kody continue to fuel the fires of division and animosity rather than seeking peace, closure, and healing? The explanation may be deeper than fans anticipated. According to insiders and lifelong viewers alike, the continuous drama may have a very nefarious purpose, and it is all about control, image, money, and legacy. At first look, it may appear that Kody is merely trying to cope with his broken dream of a united poly family. However, his continuous reluctance to accept responsibility, his outbursts against his wives and children, and his increasingly aggressive reactions to any sort of criticism or independence point to something more manipulative and highly premeditated. Some feel Kody is purposefully fueling conflict, not only out of hurt or trauma, to stay relevant, keep the cameras rolling, and protect his losing influence over a disintegrating business. TLC, after all, feeds on drama. And Kody understands this. Let's be honest, Sister Wives isn't the same show as in season 1. The novelty of polygamy has since faded. What keeps people interested nowadays isn't the day-to-day procedures of plural marriage, but the breakdown, betrayal, side eyes, and shocking revelations. The more divided the family becomes, the higher the ratings appear to be. Kody Brown, whether knowingly or not, appears to have weaponized this reality. Every time the women attempt to move on, every time Christine or Janelle establish their independence, Kody intervenes with drama, an argument about Coyote Pass, a passive-aggressive comment about loyalty, or an angry diatribe about who betrayed him first. In doing so, he recenters himself in the plot, sustaining the conflict and remaining relevant to the Sister Wives narrative. And what does relevancy imply for Kody Brown? Everything. Kody has long been accused of being a narcissist, someone who prioritizes appearances over truth, expects allegiance without delivering love, and manipulates emotion to retain authority. In this sense, his disagreements with his wives may be less about heartbreak and more about maintaining power. Kody raged when Christine departed, rather than simply grieving. He belittled her choices, questioned her devotion, and stated unequivocally that her departure was a betrayal of him, not the marriage. When Janelle questioned his authority, Kody delivered ultimatums rather than seeking compromises. And when Meri, long neglected and emotionally distant, finally broke free, he hardly flinched, as if she had already served her purpose in his story. But what happens when the ladies try to go forward and tell their truth? Kody strikes back. That's not just a man in pain, it's a man waging psychological warfare to maintain control of the narrative. Let's also talk about Robyn Brown, Kody's lone remaining wife and the woman many fans blame for the family's demise. Their relationship, which was previously presented as highly romantic and healing, has now become a lightning rod for mistrust and hatred. Robyn is now largely regarded as Kody's enabler, and possibly, intentionally or unknowingly, a collaborator in his effort to keep conflict alive. Robyn may be seen in several scenes expressing surprise, sorrow, and a desire for the family to reunite, all while defending Kody's worst behavior and vilifying the other spouses behind closed doors. Many people believe Robyn and Kody thrive in chaos because it separates them. Robyn looks to be the lone loyal one, the final woman standing, as Kody's other spouses hurt and conflict worsen. If peace ever comes, apologies are made, and forgiveness flows, Robyn's major role may vanish. But if the fight continues, she will stay queen of the ashes, Kody's chosen one in a burning house. Let us not disregard the money. Reality TV pays well, but drama pays even better. Kody and Robyn understand this. With viewership highest during seasons replete with divorces, explosive arguments, and emotional reckonings, the Browns, particularly Kody, benefit from extending the story. If everyone reconciled, went on, and lived quietly in other states, there wouldn't be much of a show, right? However, if Kody continues to reopen old wounds, relive past betrayals, and refuse to let go of grudges, the program will survive, as will Kody's income. Fans become upset whenever Kody breaks down crying in front of a confessional camera, labels someone disloyal, or screams about how no one respects him anymore. However, they continue to watch. And it could be the most evil reason of all: Kody perpetuates conflict because he has commercialized disorder. He has turned suffering into business, and his family into a spectacle. This also relates to Kody's deteriorating sense of masculinity and identity. He based his self-worth on being the head of a large, complex, and distinctive family. He felt more important because of his plural marriage. It gave him a role that no one else could have. But when his wife abandoned him, his children question him, and his authority dwindles, Kody finds himself unmoored, drained of the very thing that gave him power. Instead of rebuilding himself through grace or humility, he has decided to fight, to maintain control by keeping the wounds open and the divides alive. If he cannot be the hero, he will be the villain. In either case, he will be caught on video. In a way, that is all that matters right now. Kody's continual fight with his children is probably the most tragic example of this terrible technique. Following Garrison's sad death, many people anticipated Kody to soften, to reconcile with his remaining children, display genuine pain, and forge bonds. Instead, he withdrew inward, focusing on his own anguish and blaming others for communication breakdowns. Some say Kody struggles to perceive his older children as autonomous individuals, particularly when they criticize him. Instead of appreciating their candor, he responds with defensiveness and punishment, shutting them out, withholding attention, or blaming their moms. The more alienated his children grow, the more Kody embraces a victim narrative. By doing so, he maintains a distorted picture of reality in which he is not only correct, but also victimized. This is how he keeps his hands clean while yet igniting the flames. Finally, Kody's diabolical rationale for perpetuating conflict stems from a toxic cocktail of ego, control, financial dependency, emotional immaturity, and a frantic want to remain at the center of the program that made him famous. Peace would mean withering away. Reconciliation would entail losing the one thing he has left: significance. So, instead of healing, Kody exacerbates the drama. He harbors grudges, distorts facts, and lashes out at everyone who dares to move forward without him. He may not grasp it fully, or perhaps he does, but the consequences are disastrous. Relationships are fractured, children are traumatized, and viewers are left watching a once promising family devolve into a cautionary story about what happens when conflict becomes currency and a father prioritizes power over connection. What about the future of Sister Wives? Unless there is a fundamental change, it is evident that Kody Brown will continue the conflict for as long as he is permitted. Whether it means fighting with his ex-wives on screen, waging silent warfare with his children off camera, or clinging to Robin as his last surviving ally in a storm of his own creating, one thing is certain: the drama will not end until Kody decides to let it. However, that decision would necessitate humility, accountability, and a willingness to let go of the very instability that now defines him. Unfortunately, as fans have seen time and again, Kody Brown does not appear ready, or willing, to make that decision.